You guys, you guys, man, what can I say? Let me see if anybody's in here first off. All right, so it's just me and the cat right now. Let's see. Carnage Ben, congrats on 100 subs. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming along for the ride, honestly. Congrats on 100 subs, man. Keep it up. Have a feeling you'll go places. Man, I hope so. To be honest, I'm just doing this for fun. You know, One Punch Man, Saitama, he doesn't have some big backstory. He's like, I'm just a guy who's a hero for fun. And that's pretty much me. I'm just talking Star Wars to you guys because I speak about it so much in my free time already. I figure, hey, I might as well get online and talk about it. And I think I know what I'm talking about. And I don't want to change anybody's minds about opinions that they have. I just want to help them consider a certain point of view. That's really it. We all have our opinions and we all love Star Wars. That's fine. I just want people to consider something else with a critical look. Let's see. PML Star Wars and more. Good job. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. If you guys haven't checked out any content on my channel, make sure that you hit the bell because I drop multiple times per week. I don't have a set schedule, but it's usually about every other day. And right now, I'm working on really my masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. It is a 48-part expose of Emperor Palpatine and the 48 Laws of Power. Now, if you don't know the 48 Laws of Power, it's written by Robert Greene, and it is the ultimate book on how to protect yourself from those in power, how to gain power, the art of intrigue and strategy. And that really describes Darth Sidious, don't it? So that's what we're going to be looking at. I'm breaking down each of the 48 laws one by one. And it's dramatized as well. So it's not just typical Star Wars newscaster, which, you know, I'm a newer Star Wars YouTuber. And although I know a lot about Star Wars, I have to figure out what I love and what I want to give you guys and also what you guys love. And I might be wrong, but I feel like the Star Wars YouTube community is kind of two different parts, right? You got half of the people just post clips of Star Wars and what have you. Then the other half of the people seem like, no shade to anybody, but it just seems like everybody's reading from the same set of Wikipedia articles. And I don't want to do that. Kudos to them, but I don't want to do that. Stream lagging, or is it just me? Yeah, it says it's buffering. Let me see what I can do for you guys. Let's see. Okay, it should start to open up. Okay, cool. It says we're green now. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's talk Star Wars says, I just realized that this cat was at the premiere with us. Yeah, I was. I'm gonna have to head over to your page and check you out, man. Sorry, didn't know who you were when you messaged my page on my premiere video. Oh, man, I have messaged so many people in the last couple of days. I'm sorry, I should have introduced myself. Oh, you had a live stream. Ah, yes. It's all coming back to me. Yes. Good to see you again, my friend. Do you post pretty often, or was that live stream just, you know, special occasion? So do you have EU knowledge? I don't want to brag, but my EU knowledge is pretty solid. Since Disney took over, and I hate to keep bringing up Disney, but you have to kind of rearrange your mind and start focusing on the new stuff. But I do have a decent amount of EU knowledge. Let me see. My favorite EU book is from the New Jedi Order. It's called Traitor by Matthew Stover. And that's about Jason Solo when he was captured by the Yuuzhan Vong. And Vergier, who was a Jedi in the Republic, but was captured by the Yuuzhan Vong, she was low-key reschooling him in the ways of the Force. And I feel like that book was the catalyst for a lot of things that we see today talking about. That was the first time I heard in Star Wars that the Force had no light side, had no dark side. It depends on how you use it. So that was very interesting. Sorry, you guys, if I just rant. Sometimes that happens. I was in the film and streamed the front row. Dude, you were in the film? What was your role? Come on my EU show and never mention Disney again. I'm dead. I do an EU show called The Dark Council. Oh, that would be awesome. I would love to check that out. You know what? You were a trooper, man. That's awesome. You guys did an incredible job. I mean, your job was, getting shot up, presumably, but dude, that's incredible. Like, you guys are truly incredible. How do you feel? I mean, you're low-key a celebrity. PML Star Wars and More says, do you prefer the old or new EU? So the new canon or the old EU? So I think I should preface that by saying the expanded universe, it was around like 30 years old, so we had a lot of material to work with. So the new canon in Lucasfilm, it's only existed since 2014, right? And we only have a handful of books, some comics, and 1.5 TV shows, and they're both cartoons. So it's kind of hard to compare the two when one had such a long running. Now, that being said, there are so many stories in the EU, so many lovable characters. Mara Jade, the Solo kids. I mean, you can go on and on. Talon Card, like the Yuuzhan Vong. So much good stuff. Whatever. Dark Force Rising, Corran Horn, Kip Duron. I love all those things in the EU. One thing that I always wanted from the expanded universe was continuity. A lot of stuff contradicted each other. A lot of things were not consistent. And so now that the Lucasfilm story group is bent to one will, we are getting so many cool Easter eggs and so many cool crossovers and references from the new expanded universe in canon. So I like that. I know I didn't really give you a yes or no answer, but that's my answer. It's hard for me to be in black and white like that. Yeah, Dupree, man, that's a tough act to follow. But hey, man, you guys are all gonna get some serious opportunities from this. I mean, all you guys. I won't be surprised if I see you, as an extra in The Mandalorian or something, man. You cosplayers, you guys, in the period between episode 3 and episode 7, I think you guys did a major part in keeping Star Wars alive. So thanks. Man, it's possible. We don't know what's about to happen from the Star Wars Theory fan film, but I believe that there will be ripple effects for years to come. Oh, you're doing your own fan film? Well, you'll have to keep a surprise to the developments. One thing that, let's talk Star Wars, you mentioned, you said don't mention Disney ever again. I actually agree with you, but I think for probably different reasons. I don't know why we always reference Disney when we're talking about Star Wars now. The obvious reason is that they bought out Lucasfilm, But the majority of people that work for Lucasfilm under George Lucas still work for them now. Disney does not make the Star Wars movies. Lucasfilm does. Disney just gives them the cash. So I, for my part, am going to drop Disney's name out of my Star Wars discussions because it's just not appropriate. It just makes people mad. It's ridiculous, so we're eye to eye on that. Hyperspace timeline. Are you talking about the Stark Hyperspace Wars? Best aspect of each trilogy. The best aspect of each trilogy. Okay. I actually posted on my Instagram, The Black Mandalorian. I just posted a few minutes ago what I think is the best order to watch the films in. I didn't include 7 and 8 because the trilogy is not complete, so we don't have the full story. But I did from 1 to 6, and I included Rebels, Clone Wars, and Rogue One. So head over to my Instagram and let me know what you think. I think that if you read the post and you watch Star Wars in that order, man, it'll have you crying by the last movie, episode 6. I don't disagree with you if you say they don't count, but just head over to my Instagram, check it out. Well, I can just talk about it now, actually. Why don't I just do that? Hold on right quick. Okay. Oh, 7 and 8. Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of ranting. I do want to address everybody's questions. I don't do IG. Okay, so I'll talk about it in a little bit. I'll just read it so that we can discuss in here. I'd like to get you guys' thoughts live in full effect. Okay, so best aspect of each trilogy. So the prequels. I like that the prequels focused on the inner to mid rim. There were so many unanswered questions in the original trilogy, like in A New Hope, Obi-Wan offhandedly drops the Clone Wars, and you're like, dude, the Clone Wars, what's that? When I was little, I always used to wonder what the Clone Wars was. So it's nice to see a more slightly political, nuanced story. That's what the prequels were about. A lot of people don't like the political aspect, that it was a lot of intrigue and stuff like that, but I enjoyed that. We got to see the Jedi Order. The only Jedi that we saw prior to that were Ben Kenobi and Yoda, and no offense to them, but they were Jedi in name only. They didn't have any order. They were in hiding. So I'm glad that we got to see the Jedi Order and how they acted, how they ruled the Republic, why they fell. I really like that. I liked also that we were introduced to the Sith. The only time that the Sith were actually named in the original trilogy was in the A New Hope novelization, I believe. They were never named as Sith on screen. So episode 1 holds a lofty position in my ranking of the Star Wars movies. I mean, dude. Dun dun! And then the doors open. Dun dun dun! You can't beat that. This fool ignited a double-bladed lightsaber. Do you remember sitting in the theater, like, trying to comprehend that? Not only was he a Sith Lord, 1, he had a double-bladed lightsaber, 2, 3, he was fighting 2 Jedi at once. Yeah, man. That's some cinema that it's just hard to beat for me. And I don't get why episode 1 gets so much hate. I guess most of it is because of Jar Jar, but if that's your number one excuse, come on, man. Think again. Oh, I was wondering what the thumbnail was. Interesting. That's yourself as Maul. Oh, wow, you do a good Maul. What other cosplay do you do? So you did the Stormtroopers, and you went out for Vader. So what else you got? I personally enjoyed episode 7, Rogue One and Solo. I did as well. Episode 7 grew on me. In the time leading up to 7, I was really, really excited. I went to, obviously, everybody here probably went to opening night. I went to a marathon in the theaters. I was in the theaters for 24 hours. I took off of work, uh, watched all the movies, and then 7. I liked 7. I wished that they were a little bit more ambitious with it. And what I mean by that is I like that they created everything on set. I love that. I thought that Star Wars needed to get back to that. But it didn't have its own soul. As a lot of people say, it just seemed like a, carbon copy, A New Hope. And I didn't really like that. But that's the movie we got. And as time went on, it has grown on me more. So I like episode 7. It's just on the lower end of my rankings as far as the Star Wars movies go. Rogue One was excellent. We don't need to debate that, I don't think. Solo, I enjoyed too. I was a little apprehensive about a young Han Solo. That's one of those characters I'm just like, leave it alone. But I gave it a chance simply because it's Star Wars. And Alden, is that his name? Aldrich? Can't remember. Anyway, I thought that he did a good young Han Solo. And that's something that we have to bear in mind. This isn't the Han Solo that was, running from Jabba. I don't know how old he was in A New Hope, but I'm guessing he was like 28, maybe 27. And this Han Solo seemed to be like 21, 22. So he was just getting in the game. And I thought that they captured that well. The Real Comic Stacks, just stopping by to say congrats on 100 subs. Man, thank you so much. And 100 subs, it seems arbitrary, I'm sure, to some people. But to me, I literally started my channel. My first video was on November the 30th. It's the 22nd now. It hasn't even been 30 days. I haven't really been like spamming or anything like that. I mean, my mom and my pops subscribed and a few of my friends, but other than that, it's been 100% organic. Like, that's it. I use Facebook to keep people engaged, Instagram, and then that's it. So Star Wars Theory and the fact that I went to the premiere and live stream, that was a big boon. I 100% have him and all of you guys to thank for this. So I'm deeply, deeply appreciative. I'm glad you guys are here. Check out my charity page, The Dark Side Riders. I built most of the costumes and props on the page. Awesome, I will. Where are you based out of? Are you based out of LA? Most of us don't even have 20 subscribers. You never hear, you don't hear too many Star Wars YouTubers shouting each other out. I'm curious. I didn't see Stupendous Wave, Star Wars Explained. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see any of those big guys talking about the Vader fan film, which I was surprised. It doesn't seem like there's any camaraderie in the Star Wars YouTube community, and we should aim to mend that. I started in August, sitting around 71. Got 20 from my reaction vid to the Vader film, which is, yeah, that's a good feeling. Like 20 is a lot in one sitting. You know what I mean? Like okay, so on the 16th, I remember clearly, which was 6 days ago, I had 29 subscribers. Then I got 30 the next day. And then Thursday by Friday morning, Thursday night was the premiere. Friday morning, I went from, so Thursday morning, hold on, I had 50 subscribers. Friday morning, I had 87. And then tonight, I got 100. So that's incredible. My stream of the film went over 6,000 views. That's magnificent, dude. Wow. Incredible. Yeah, I get that. I get that. It just depends on the group. Sorry to say. Yeah, that's true. And I used to kind of be like Anakin, thinking that Anakin and Luke, thinking I could fix things. Oh, it's better if we're together. We can make this happen. Make things happen. I got to tell you something. The harder you try and hold on to a watermelon seed, the more it eludes you. So, those who want to join our banner of camaraderie are welcome, and those who don't, well, they have their own journey, don't they? The scary part about most Star Wars YouTubers not acknowledging each other's existence is that most of them are doing kind of the same thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I follow most of the big ones, and on the last chapter, the last issue of the Vader comic, issue 25, when Vader stepped into what looked like the world between worlds, literally 6 of the biggest Star Wars YouTubers I follow, all had the exact same video at the exact same time. And that just kind of bothered me. I was like, okay, you guys are all doing the same thing, but it doesn't seem like you're in league with each other or are friends or anything like that. What's this about? So, I don't know. It's just my personal thoughts. I would like to see more camaraderie. You're right. I hope we can start mending the fandom. That's why I think Star Wars Theory's movie is so important. He seems to be very balanced. He's a pleasant, just a good guy. And to have somebody like that as a force, and I would even say a leader, because it takes leadership to do something like this, that will settle people down, I think. And more so, encourage people to be happy and have fun. I mean, dang. Again, we have a group of Star Wars people, and they love each other and stream each other all the time. Okay, cool. Man, can you post links in these chats? Because I'm sure myself and other people would love to get some direct links talking to Let's Talk Star Wars. Yeah, go ahead, plug away, man, please. That is a delicious analogy. I can't claim it. My pops actually came up with that, and it's so true. You ever try and hold on to a watermelon seed with 2 fingers? You try and pinch it, it boom, pops out of your hand. So the more you try and force something, the more it eludes you. That's it. Five people, nice and cozy. So I was talking about PML, Star Wars, and more. Asked me what my favorite aspects of each movie were. So I said the prequels. I liked the introduction of the Sith, more expansion of the Jedi Order, and the Clone Wars in general. I really, really liked the original trilogy. I feel like, yeah, like that kind of speaks for itself. But I'll say that my favorite Star Wars movie, period, is Return of the Jedi, which seems to be a dark horse. You don't see a lot of people talking about Jedi as their favorite, but that's my favorite. My favorite aspect, the original trilogy was really just kind of like a Western in space. It was just so thrilling. I'm just thinking of like episode 5, Han Solo running from the Empire, hiding in that asteroid. It was just memorable characters. Everything was so fun. The locales were so different. I mean, you start off on Hoth, a frozen planet. Then you go to an asteroid inside of a giant worm with Minox. And then you're on a swamp planet with Dagobah. And then you're on Bespin Cloud City. Man, the original trilogy just had a magic all its own. And then the music. Star Wars is a completely different experience without the music. Star Wars is not Star Wars without the music. But yeah, I don't know. Any tips for making videos? I can't link anything. I don't have a wrench. Start with reviews for you. Okay, cool. I'll do his, and then I'll make sure that I check out your channel as well. And then what did you say you guys were called? Dark Side Riders. I'll check that out. Return of the Jedi is your favorite. You have good taste. Why is it your favorite, though? I'm sure we have differing reasons. Yeah, I'll definitely check out your EU shows. This will lead you to some great people. I even had Danny who directed Star Wars. Awesome. So, are your EU shows on YouTube? Like they're on your channel? Let's Talk Star Wars? Jedi gets too much hate. People always make too big of a deal about the Ewoks. And yeah, man, the Ewoks and the Gungans, they serve their purpose. They were just there for some cute, cuddly comic relief. It's not that big a deal, like seriously. And there are a lot worse like aliens that you could have. Think of all the cult 80 movies like Dark Crystal and Neverending Story. Like a lot of that was like just terrible, frightening animatronics. So I'm okay with Ewoks. I feel like if you hate the movie because of that, you are just an unreasonable person, and just, I don't know, bro. Just go to sleep or something. Thanks, Real Comic Stacks. Man, may the force be with you. Really appreciate you. Looking forward to talking to you soon. The final lightsaber duel is one of the most emotional moments of all of Star Wars. Yes. Whenever dude, whenever I need to feel a tender moment, I will go and watch it. Like, oof, man. Okay, let me keep on track. Any tips for making videos? Man, I'm learning myself. So I will say this. I have had some experience with public speaking and just speaking to an audience. My first couple of videos, I was just kind of winging it and just talking because I was experimenting and I wanted to see what worked best for me. But then I started writing it down, and that took me up another level because I think the goal is to make it as presentable as possible, right? So that took it up another level, writing it down. And obviously it depends on what you're actually doing. Maybe writing it down isn't the best for you, but having some cliff notes isn't a bad idea. It can at least keep you focused and on track. So third, I started rehearsing it. Wanted to make sure that my voice was right. Wanted to make sure that I was eliminating filler words like uhs, this and that. And then I say and then also, hold on, am I? Okay, I'm still on. And then also just doing a lot of research, because as YouTubers, most of us do all of our own editing and graphic design and things of that nature. So I'm just a student, just learning. I used to have a podcast way back in the day, so I'm familiar with some of these things. But that's it. And then the best videos that I've made so far, when I talk about learning, it's not just about editing, it's about equipment and this and that. Like if you go and look at my live stream from the premiere, the audio, it was terrible. It was so much static, but that's because I didn't know my equipment very well. I had a microphone, but it really wasn't working with my phone very well. So, just being a student and being committed to making a quality product. And you don't have to go above and beyond, but there's some fundamentals that you have to do well. Like you have to have crisp audio. I don't show my face, so audio is most important for me. You have to have something visually appealing somewhere. Like my channel art that you guys are looking at, I had that made. I made the banner myself, like the actual words and stuff, all in Photoshop. I made it myself, and I don't really know how to use Photoshop, but you can do anything on YouTube, man. So there's that. Talking about tips for making videos. And then the best videos as far as quality that I've had so far are my Palpatine and the 48 Laws of Power series. Those are great because I finally got my editing down. I'm finally learning the software that I'm using so the product can be more robust. And I'm practicing. It's dramatized as well, and I'm using a different voice. You might not even recognize that it's me. Check it out if you guys got some time. So yeah, it just takes time and consistency and being committed to improving. If someone tells you, "Oh, this is great," don't worry about it. This is as good as it gets. Go ask somebody else for another opinion, or just seek out people better than you. And I don't just sit around and watch Star Wars YouTube all day. When I do work on YouTube, a lot of times I'm watching other people who have good content and are, enrapturing. Like there's this guy, Charisma on Command. I personally think he's the best YouTuber, period. He does self-improvement, but it's just his presentation. It's very simple. He's only speaking, but he just captures you. You're spellbound. So go check out Charisma on Command, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Sorry, I haven't been reading the chat. I just kind of went on a rant there. As for links, check out the Give Us Legends movement. Okay. They're a charity organization which donates Legends books to children's hospitals. Oh, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. All of my books are in storage. My dad also has all the old Dark Horse comics. I mean, not all of them, but I don't know if you guys remember the Republic series. And then they had the Jedi one-shots. It was like Aayla Secura, Count Dooku, Yoda, Quinlan Vos, Mace Windu, all of those. He has what was that last comic before Disney bought Lucasfilm? Oh shoot, it was so good. It was right after Order 66 with Das Janier. He was a white-haired Jedi. Man, what? Hold on, I'm sorry, I gotta look this up. It is called... Man, what is it called, dude? Dark Times. There we go. Dark Times. That's an incredible comic. So I'll definitely check out Give Us Legends. They also wish for Legends to be continued as a parallel yet equally valid timeline. I like that. I respect that. I grew up with Star Wars, and now that it's bad, it's been hard. Now Star Wars Theory gave me hope again. Not that I stopped loving it, but did stop collecting and watching anything new. Why do you say it's bad? What bothers you the most about Star Wars in 2018? I'd really like to unpack those things. I finally finished buying all Star Wars media last month. All the movies, the Clone Wars movies, Clone Wars seasons 1 through 6, Rebels, 2003 Clone Wars. Oh, wow. Dark Horse used to donate to our charity. Now that Disney is in charge, we are out. Dang, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully, once they get more people on the ground, Lucasfilm, they'll start to reach back out to the community, because people, as I said before, people like you guys were carrying the Star Wars community in the vacuum between episodes 3 and episode 7. I also burned the unfinished Clone Wars episodes. Oh, nice. Dude, you're committed. Clone Wars Season 7. Boba Fett versus Cad Bane. I hope they do that, because even the unfinished clip was so cold-blooded. I'd start with Jason and Janus. Hello being replaced. Yeah, I liked Jason. I like Jason and Jaina. Anakin, man, star by star when Anakin Solo died. Spoiler alert, 20 years later if you haven't read it. But okay. More though, more. Now we have Rey and Ben. I know a lot of people don't like Rey, but it seems like the consensus has been that most people do enjoy Ben. Why don't you like him? He seems very dynamic. Are you more so soured by the fact that Disney bought it and basically said, yo, no more EU? We not using none of that? And maybe they disrespected us in a way. Do you feel anything like that? Kylo's the worst villain ever. Wow. Our main protagonist has been overpowered in the first movie of each trilogy. So 8 made her way too overpowered. Well, my first 2 videos on the channel talk about essentially why Rey is overpowered, why she doesn't work as a Jedi yet. I encourage you to go watch that if you can bear the sound quality. I do share some interesting thoughts. And my second video is the Skywalker flaw in the point of Star Wars and why Luke turned out exactly as he should have. Yeah, so, if you'd like to entertain another thought, consider that. But I do agree that Rey, I'm fine with her being powerful, right? The Skywalkers aren't the only powerful people in the galaxy. I'm fine with her being powerful. What seems to bother me and a lot of people is that there hasn't really been an on-screen explanation for some of the things that she's done, right? Ah, shoot. Oh. I love it when I'm in bed and my charger's already plugged into the wall waiting for me. It's a beautiful feeling. Okay. Let's see. So we're talking about Rey being overpowered. Kylo reminds me more of a Disney princess than evil villain. Oh, okay. Before I forget, we've been on this for a little while. So Star Wars t-shirt giveaway. On my Instagram, at the Black Mandalorian, I'm giving away a t-shirt. You can get it pretty much in any color. It's just what you see on the screen on a t-shirt. And this is for me having 100 subscribers. I really would like to just thank you guys, build trust within the Star Wars community, let you guys know that I'm a real person and I really, really do care about the people standing next to me who love Star Wars. So head on over to my Instagram and check out the directions. Pretty much all you have to do is get 3 people that 3 Star Wars fans to subscribe to my channel, and you screenshot me the evidence, and the first one to do it, I'll send them the shirt. I'm only sending out 1 shirt though, and I've been posting about this giveaway for about a week, and so now that I hit 100 subscribers, seems like the perfect time to do it. So go ahead and do that if you feel so inclined. And it's free, so all you got to do is DM me. I'll get your mailing information, and then I'll send it to you. Have no interest in 9, not even a little bit? Yeah, I must politely disagree as well. At the very least, I get being sour. At the very least, I just want to finish the trilogy and see what's up, but Episode 9 is bad. I don't know how I'll react. I don't even want to I don't even want to talk about the possibility of Episode 9 being bad. I just hope it's ambitious. I hope it makes sense. That's really it. I don't mind everyone having an opinion, and I like to debate, I guess you meant. But I don't like any of the new characters. None of them. Only one good movie so far. Which movie did you like? Yeah, it's funny. Like, I started this channel and none of my friends are diehard Star Wars fans either. I got one friend that is, and he lives in Korea. So I feel you, bro. Um, yeah, that's cool, man. Thank you. But if you get 3 people and then you hit me up on Instagram, if you're first, the shirt is yours. Yeah, Rogue One was excellent. Okay, so back to Rey. The issue a lot of us have with Rey, and me personally, is that people say she's overpowered, but let's unpack that. Her having a substantial amount of force potential is fine, but you can't do it without an on-screen explanation. So we have Anakin Skywalker in episode 1. We get multiple explanations for his prowess. Before it's even said that he's the chosen one, we find out that he's the only human in the galaxy who pod races, right? He can see things before they happen. It's a Jedi trait. That's what Qui-Gon said. So we're getting explanations for his prowess. Then goes to the Jedi Temple. He's a chosen one. Look at his midi-chlorian count. Okay, boom. So we're expecting big things from him. He goes up and he blows up a Trade Federation starship. He's never been in a starfighter before. So we get that. And it works. So Luke, episode 4, we see him learning to use the Force. We aren't told that he's the chosen one or the son of the chosen one, but we do see him deflecting blaster bolts without being able to see. So that sets the stage for any further abilities he may demonstrate. And he blows up the Death Star, which is good. He eyeballed it, which is the most important thing. He did it with the Force instead of computers. Then in episode 5, Luke, he advances, but he still has some level caps. His training with Yoda was really, really hard. It was a lot of mental hurdles for him. He couldn't lift the X-Wing. He was getting frustrated, this and that. Didn't really believe in himself. But the point is, we have explanations for why they're so powerful. But with Rey, first off, in episode 7, Han Solo was the person who introduced the Force to her. It's all real. The Force, the Jedi. So for her, my biggest problem was her using a Jedi mind trick. When she didn't even... First off, a Jedi mind trick is a technical skill. It's like driving or something. You have to practice it and learn how to do it. At the very least, somebody has to teach you. That's not the same as saying that you can't persuade somebody's mind with the Force without training. Because you can do that. An example is in the Darth Plagueis book. Even though it's Legends now, it's still an example. Darth Plagueis, when he was a kid, he was having an argument with a kid he didn't like, and he got mad at him, and he told him, you should just go jump out the window. And then the kid jumped. So when you're Force sensitive, you can have the Force affect your life in different ways. But Rey looking at that stormtrooper saying, I order you to release me. Like, how do you even know what a Jedi mind trick is? Like, what are you doing? You grew up on Jakku. So I didn't like that. That didn't make sense. I recently heard somebody say that Rey learned how to do that when Kylo Ren was probing her mind with the Force. That makes more sense. Still don't like it. Still don't like it. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, even though I appreciate that explanation. Now, episode 8. So her using a lightsaber, it was already addressed on screen by Snoke that didn't make any sense. So I appreciate that. I appreciate Rian Johnson doing that. Episode 8, her lifting all those boulders. Let's see, what else? Yeah, just her power scaling in general. I haven't read the Last Jedi novelization. I'm going to. But what I read on Facebook, somebody said that in the novelization, it says that Rey is psychometric. That means that she has the ability to gain information through the Force from objects that she touches. Quinlan Vos, who was in the Clone Wars, he had that power. So they said that Rey, when she touched Kylo Ren, she got access to all of his force abilities or his knowledge and his skill set. Okay, kind of seems like a cop out, not gonna lie. It makes sense though, because in episode 7, she reacted to the lightsaber and she was seeing things in the past and it seemed like things in the future. So that makes sense that she's psychometric. I'm fine with that. However, that's something you got to say on screen, bro. You can't just slip that into the novelization. That's an important facet of her character. Why is she so powerful? She's not a Skywalker, at least as far as we know. I don't think she is, but at least as far as we know, she's not a Skywalker. So you have to let us know why she's so powerful. Luke is powerful because he's the son of the chosen one. Point blank, period. Why is she so powerful? Why is she able to... Why is her prowess so high so quickly? She could lift all these rocks. Luke couldn't lift the X-Wing. So I'm waiting for episode 9 just to get some more clarity, because it's not fair to judge an entire book by 1 or 2 chapters. We don't do that with books. Why would we do that with Star Wars? Sorry I was ranting. I wasn't reading you guys in the chat. Let's see. I hate when people say rumor. No training for Rey. He spends years training. Okay, so I have to disagree with you. Luke didn't spend years training. If you believe he spent years, you'll have to point out what you're referring to. Because in episode 5, he spent, I don't know what that was, a few days, maybe a week or so, training with Yoda. And it was a training, but it was more so an introduction. But I will say he got more training than Rey did, so I'll agree with that. So at a similar point, and we won't talk about Return of the Jedi because he obviously went back and he got a significant amount of training from Yoda. So we won't talk about that because episode 9 hasn't come out, its counterpart. So Rey just really got an introduction to the Force and to the Jedi. Yeah, but Luke didn't get much more training. Like, to be honest, he didn't get much more. But you know what? He did have a little bit more training. Actually, I don't know, because in episode 4, he got introduced to the Force, a lightsaber, and he actually had some training sessions. Okay. My bad, you guys. Don't know why I disconnected. You guys still there? Ruh-roh. Sorry, one of my film writers need to talk about the movie. If you're still on, I'll be back. Okay, cool. See you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. And I'll definitely check out your charities. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm terrible at multitasking. So I'm going to type something. Okay. Sorry, I am bad at multitasking. I had to type a comment for anybody that may stumble upon this later and want a free shirt. Okay. Okay. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are having fun. But no, seriously, please go check out my Palpatine in the 48 Laws of Power series. Even if you don't know about the 48 Laws of Power, it will be thoroughly entertaining. It reminds me of one of those, you know those old radio shows from the 20th century? Our families before TV would sit around the radio and that was their entertainment, and they used to have like Orson Welles and stuff like that, reading Sherlock Holmes or what have you. It's kind of one of those things. And it's fun for me to do. It's difficult because it's dramatized, and it's just me. But it's very, very fun for me to do. And dude, to be honest, my goal, even though I do this for fun, I do have two goals. Really one. I want to work for Lucasfilm. Even if it's an internship. I applied for an internship with the Lucasfilm Story Group last summer and I didn't get it, which is fine. But if I get some attention from this YouTube down the road, dude, I will work for Lucasfilm for free. What kind of a dream come true is that? You get to work for Star Wars? What? I mean, I'll sharpen your pencils, like whatever you need me to do, as long as I could talk to people like Dave Filoni, Pablo Hidalgo. They just talk about Star Wars all day. Incredible. Like, oh man, you get to do that for a living? Oh, dude. Anyway, that's what I want from this channel, hopefully. But we shall see what we shall see. As I said, I'm just having fun. I'm actually going to school for nursing. So, there's that. There's that. Sorry, guys, I'm not looking at the chat right now. I am trying to update something on a different tab. But I am here, and the stream shall continue. Yes, brother, the fire rises. It's my Bane impression. I think it's okay. Give away. Whoa, dude, I just got 2 new subscribers. Whoa, this is crazy. It's so funny, like, doing this from the other side, like, I don't know how to explain it, but as a YouTuber now, it's just hilarious watching your views and your analytics. Oh, that's another thing. You guys asked me, or PML, you asked me about making videos. Dude, I'm looking at those numbers every day. I'm looking at those numbers. Tags are a big thing. YouTube, how to use channel tags effectively. Thank me later, man. That's very, very important. I don't know if you guys are in the stream, but Trent Taylor, thank you very, very much for subscribing. Welcome, and may the force be with you. And also Ray Stevenson. Thank you very, very much for subscribing. Welcome. It's going to be a wild ride. Check out my Instagram at The Black Mandalorian. I'm giving away a free t-shirt as a thank you for 100 subscribers. If you don't use Instagram, this is an Instagram only giveaway. If you don't use Instagram, I'll definitely do another giveaway in the future. But glad to have you guys. Please take a seat. Dude, quotables kill me. I love them. Quotables. Dude, man, I need to eat something. I'm dying. Okay. Ray, man, thanks for spreading the word. Ray, I don't know if you have Instagram, but if you get two more people to subscribe to me and then you DM me and show me proof, I'll send you a free shirt. The shirt is any color you want, and all it is my channel art. So what you're looking at in front of you, the Black Mandalorian, is going to be that on a shirt for free. You DM me that information on Instagram. It's an Instagram only giveaway, and I will send it to you. So consider it. I'm glad you guys are here. What are you guys' favorite quotables from Star Wars? Like stuff that you say every day. So me, I live with my brother, and just randomly, I'll always be like, okay, so today, so we had a job last night. My brother has his own business. He is he has an independent cleaning business. So we were cleaning this restaurant last night, and it was just brutal. It was terrible. We started at 11:30, didn't finish until like 7:15 this morning. So I'm just a zombie. So that's cool. All right. Yo, it's my 100th subscriber. Thanks, man. The art is custom made. I made the Black Mandalorian text from straight up scratch myself. And thanks. Wanted to do something different with the pixel art. These are not the droids you're looking for. That's a good one. So this morning, we get back to the house or whatever. And my brother is telling me how my uncle or something was about to call him. I don't know. And anyway, without context, I always say, "You turned her against me." And it's so funny. That's one of my favorites, man. It's one of my favorites. Thanks, dog. I appreciate it. Dude, you can learn anything on YouTube. I did take a graphics comm class in high school, way back in the day. But I pretty much YouTubed how to make that font, and it took me a couple hours at the cafe, but I got it done, and I'm pretty satisfied. I guess once I get a little bigger, I'll do like some kind of. I don't want to do a 3D intro. What I want to do is, I still want to keep my pixel intro, and I want to use this, but I want to have like. I don't know. Like, you guys got to tell me what would look cool. But I think it would be cool to give him a cape, have it flowing in the background, right? And then it would be cool if the suns were actually setting. That would be cool. And I really love the twin suns imagery because you don't see a lot of people using that imagery in Star Wars. So I really like that. Your lack of faith is disturbing. Yeah, 100%. It's a great quotable. I find your lack of faith disturbing. Did everybody here watch Star Wars Theory's Vader fan film? I mean, I know most of us did, but Ray, Trent, did you guys watch it? Man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will definitely email you tomorrow, actually. Yeah, I'll email you tomorrow. And thank you for the invite. Thank you for showing love. Thanks for the conversation. Even if we don't, agree on everything, man, it's a good time. At the end of the day, we just love Star Wars. So you can't beat that. So have a good night, man. I'll definitely email you. Trent, Ray, let me tell you. That movie, I don't know what you're expecting, but whatever you're expecting, that's not it. That ain't it, man. This movie is in a realm all its own as far as a fan film. And I won't give you any spoilers in here, but please watch it. It was cinematic. It was, I mean, you would think that Lucasfilm put it out straight up. So I don't know. Hey. I'll tell you what's difficult though, man. Learning all like the infrastructure and technical stuff of YouTube, it's kind of difficult. I had a review for the movie, the fan film, yesterday, and I accidentally deleted it. It had like 500 something views, and I accidentally deleted it. Yeah, I don't know. So YouTube infrastructure is interesting. That's been difficult to learn.
Difficult to see the future is.
So the name of it, it's actually trending #2 on YouTube. So if you just go to the trending page, you'll see it. But it's Star Wars Theory Vader fan film. Star Wars Theory, he's the #1 Star Wars YouTube account, pretty much. Interesting. Very interesting. It's incredible. It's about 15 minutes long. Yeah. You shall enjoy. You know what's a quote that doesn't get a lot of love, but this scene used to freak me out when I was a kid. Not freak me out, but it was just unnerving. In episode 5, when Luke and Yoda are in Yoda's hut, and Luke is like, "I'm not afraid." And the camera just zooms in on Yoda, and he gets this deadpan look. And it was kind of evil. And he was like, "You will be. You will be." I was like, yo, I thought he was on our side. What's up with this, man? To this day, that creeps me out, and I'm a whole adult. Ay, ay, ay. You guys know what scene I'm talking about? Jeez, dude, I'm trying to apply this freaking... What time is it? 8:32? Jeez. Well, I'm glad you guys are in here, and thanks for the conversation, man. Where's my phone? Ah. No, brother. They'll be expecting one of us in the wreckage. Do you feel in charge? I like to do voices. It's my Bane voice. It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan. No one cared who I was until I put on a mask. I liked your fan interaction at the Vader and your Star Wars or your Skywalker theory. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I understand. Speaking about Luke Skywalker, I understand why people are mad. That's our favorite character. We're hurt. I think that most of us understand that Luke was probably going to die at some point. But the build-up, considering he was only on screen for a handful of minutes and then him going out like that, it just hurt a lot of us. And so we lashed out. But I think that if we look at his father, and then more importantly, if we look at how Luke behaved in the original trilogy, we'll start to remember some things and say, hold on a second. Luke actually isn't that different. And I was seeing in a Facebook group, they were talking about how dumb it was that Luke threw his father's lightsaber away over his shoulder. And they were like, Luke would never do that. Luke would never do that. And I didn't really have any opinion on it. I just thought it was for comic relief. It was an arbitrary whatever. But dude, I was on Twitter today. I was on somebody's account. And the first tweet that they had was a GIF. And the caption was, saving this for retweeting purposes. And it was Luke throwing away his lightsaber in episode 6. And that's my favorite Star Wars movie. And I was like, yo, these people don't know Star Wars like at all. Like Luke literally threw away his own lightsaber. So that's the stuff that I love. I love about Star Wars. Matthew, what's up, man? Check Instagram, got 3 people to sub. Oh, snap. Hold up. I'm about to check right now. Right meow. Oh ho ho ho. Pete, good look, man. Okay, please send me just first and last name, and then wherever you want it shipped to. So full address, and then I will ship it out. I'll ship it out this week. Wow, man, thank you very much. Okay, I hope you don't mind if I shout you out on my Instagram stories. Let me know if that's okay, and I will I'll blur out numbers and things like that. Man, that's exciting. Like I'm sure it's exciting. Like to get a free shirt. Oh, let me know what color you want as well. So I need first and last name, color, size, and then address, and that's it. I saw. I hold on a second. You guys will find this funny. I saw on Instagram, and I'm not gonna throw them under the bus, but I saw this very popular Star Wars account, right? And they were doing a giveaway. Somebody won the giveaway, and the Star Wars account said, "Okay, DM me your credit card information so I can send you the stuff." I was like, "What? Why do you need his credit card information if it's free?" So anyway, just stay woke and just be just be careful, man. I couldn't believe it. Since I'm a small YouTube and channel, I didn't want to get attacked, and I actually liked the page, but that really made me pause. I was like, dude, what are you trying to pull? They need to make a Palpatine solo film. We are agreed on that. We are agreed on that. Matthew, if you just joining and you like Palpatine, I would encourage you to go to my playlist and go to my page and check out my Palpatine and the 48 Laws of Power playlist. 48 Laws of Power is the #1 book on intrigue, deception, how to defend yourself from power, and how to gain it. And it's dramatized, and Palpatine is the perfect example. So I encourage you to go check it out. It'll be a 48-part series. Never before seen on YouTube, or just Star Wars has never been seen like this, period. So there's 2 parts out right now. Check it out. Okay. Thank you, good sir. Have a good one. We'll definitely check it out. Okay. Okay. Oh, dude, you guys will like this. So I'm talking to my dad, right? I'm talking to my dad today, and we were talking about, first off, Count Dooku. We always call him Count Dooku, but his Sith name is Lord Tyrannus. Why don't we ever call him Tyrannus? That's something I would like you guys to discuss in the chat, and just give me your thoughts on that. But I don't remember how this conversation started. Oh, we were talking about the Vader fan film, and we were saying how Palpatine clearly had a mental edge over Vader. The power gap between Vader and Palpatine was smaller than I think a lot of us realize, and we're just now starting to understand that over the years. Once we've seen like Rebels and Rogue One, we're like, okay, hold on a second, like, and especially the Vader comic, we're like, Vader was a lot more powerful than we realized, right? But Palpatine clearly had a mental edge over him. In episode 6, Vader says to Luke, "I must obey my master." Why was he so intent on obeying Palpatine? The Sith, one to embody the power and another to crave it. So I wonder, they clearly have fought before. What happened? Why was Vader so intent and like basically in check by Sidious? That's what I want to know. Anyway, circling to my point. if you look at Count Dooku, it seems like Sidious didn't talk down to Dooku. He talked to him more so as like a peer, but he talked down to Vader, right? Even though he called him my friend, he clearly was his servant. Dooku was older than Sidious, and he wasn't weak. Sidious probably could have killed him, but he definitely was a powerful Jedi, right? Or powerful Sith Lord, right? Wouldn't it be interesting? Sidious really needed Dooku because Dooku was the head of the Confederacy. And I'm sure that Dooku had his own plans to take over one day. Palpatine just beat him to the punch. What if Dooku decided to take over? Because he's got all the armies of the Confederacy. He could have done it if he wanted to. I mean, Sidious, he could have been like, giving Dooku orders, this and that. And Dooku just says, you know what? Not this time. This is the way we're going to do it. And Sidious says, what? And Dooku snaps his fingers and the entire CIS fleet is just on Coruscant. And what if, check this out, what if Dooku exposed Palpatine as the Sith Lord? To get the Jedi to turn on him and then Dooku takes over. Wouldn't that be crazy? What do you guys think about that? Oh, we got some new people, huh? Okay, so Ray, the deal is if you can get 3 people to sub and you show me proof via Instagram, you get a shirt. But I'm only sending out 1. And somebody already got it. Somebody beat you to the punch, unfortunately. But I definitely will do another giveaway, 100%. I just want to let you guys know that I'm really here for you guys. I'm a fan, just like you guys. I'm real. And I'm a person. And you always, always, always look out for the people who care about you. So this is a small way that I can say thank you, giving you something tangible and real. So that's what the shirts are about. So the t-shirt giveaway is already done. But I certainly will have another one. Joel. Is it Joel or Joel? Unlimited power. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, Tyrannus is a cool name, huh? True, I'm disappointed how Palpatine dismissed Dooku as being little more than a pawn. I agree, but he was an important pawn. Matthew, you know what? You seem like a smart guy. Check out Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to read your enemies. Learn how to use your enemies, on my channel. And I'm talking about how Palpatine used and exploited Dooku and the Jedi. Very, very interesting stuff. Had Dooku been younger than Palpatine at the same age, he would wipe the floor with way more people. Yeah, you're not wrong. Dooku was powerful, man. He was powerful. He was old, too. So think of him in his prime. My favorite characters are Sidious and Vader. Yeah, Sidious, man. He's incredible. Yo. What? Oh, okay. What if he revealed just before Anakin killed him? Yeah, I always wondered why, but in the novelization Revenge of the Sith, they actually talk about that. Sidious told Dooku to go easy on Anakin because they were going to turn him to the dark side. And Dooku, like a dummy, believed him. And so when Anakin took his hands and he was about to cut his head off, he was in disbelief because he thought that this was all a part of the plan. That's why he was looking at Sidious like, are you for real? And then, Sidious was like, do it. Yo, that's the rule of the Sith, man. Even as a Jedi, Dooku was close to Yoda's level of force, power, and skill, 100%. The strongest people in the galaxy, as far as like skill and force ability, Sidious, Mace Windu, Yoda, Dooku, And I would throw Anakin in there. We haven't seen Anakin display a lot of force ability to that point, but I mean, he was a chosen one, greatest swordsman in the galaxy. You got to throw him in there. Wow, you see Maul really as a crime boss slash assassin, not a true Sith Lord. Okay, so let me ask you this: what changed or influenced how you see Darth Maul? Was it Rebels, like Clone Wars? Oh, thanks, Matthew. I appreciate that, man. That's an incredible compliment. Thank you very much. Kids Films, Melbourne, welcome. I'm assuming you're in Australia, so hello there. Wow. That part when Star Wars is life, I wasn't even trying to make that reference. It just happened. Okay, thanks, Pete. Pretty much even before that, I saw Maul as inferior overall to Dooku and Vader. Yeah, I think that's the consensus. Maul was just a weapon. He couldn't have ruled. He was just never in Sidious's long-term plans. That's all I can say. But even though I don't really like bringing characters back from the dead, in this case, I'm glad Maul was brought back because, I mean, dude, he's an awesome character. Like in the Clone Wars and Rebels, call me Old Master. Dude, that was sick. Aussie, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've been live streaming since 7:30 California time. So 51 minutes. What? Okay. Anyway, that math isn't right. Aloha Snack Bar, Clone Wars Season 7. Not sure what you're referring to, my friend. Oh, so Vader can avenge Five's death. Oh, you're talking about Clone Wars. Okay, I was lost for a second. What do you guys want to see in Clone Wars Season 7? Wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Oh wow, I got 107. Whoa, where are all you subscribers coming from, man? You guys showing a lot of love. Very thankful. Okay, so I made a meme using Akbar audio when missiles destroy Clone War helmets. I hope it goes viral so I can see it. Yes, he sure had a greater use there. Maul is a great unarmed combatant, greater than most, and Star Wars have to give him that. Yeah, he is. Uh, yeah, he is. And I really liked when Sidious killed his brother, and then Maul got really mad, and he was taking it to Sidious. Like, for a while, I mean, they was pretty even in that fight until Sidious, obviously, he's the more dominant Force user. He decided to take control. But Maul, he's my favorite, probably swordsman. I would have loved to see Darth Maul versus Anakin Skywalker. Oh man. I would like to see Maul and Dooku have a one-on-one fight, hopefully with Dooku being the victor. So who are you guys, if you guys had to rank the swordsmen in the galaxy, how would you rank them? What would be your top? Yeah, the top 5 is like too short of a list. See if you could do like top 8. And top 10 if like you really, really know your swordsman. I have my own list. Yo, dog. This is really slow. He did disarm him with the lightsaber. Melbourne, seems like you really know your clones. But yeah, give me you guys top 5 or top 8 swordsmen in the galaxy. I got my own. And while you guys do that, I am going to edit. I was actually getting ready for a video tomorrow. I was going to start writing it out, but I got on this live stream. I got all these subscribers. You guys trying to make me emotional and stuff. So I guess I'll have to wait till the morning. Okay. If I get quiet, the stream is still active. It's so difficult for me to multitask. I guess I'll name some of my my favorites to get started. So number 1 is Anakin for me, and I think that Anakin in episode 3, he could have taken anybody. Even George has said that there were only 3 people who could take Sidious in a fight: Anakin Skywalker, Mace Windu, and Yoda. So I think that Anakin, the Force was with him. So I just think that he could have just beat anybody at that point. How he handled Dooku, that was so beautiful. And in the novelization of Revenge of the Sith, he was even better. Anakin and Obi-Wan had a strategy for fighting him. They actually faked their lightsaber styles. So they were using like different lightsaber styles. Obi-Wan uses Suresu. I always thought Obi-Wan used Form 4, but I guess he uses Suresu Form 3. And Anakin uses Gem So, which is Form 5. But they use different styles to throw Dooku off. And then Anakin switched styles midway through the fight, and he really was just overwhelming Dooku. Anyway, Anakin's my number 1. Number 2, it's really like Mace Windu and Palpatine kind of tied. But since Mace Windu won, I guess I'll give it to him. Yeah, so we'll do Mace Windu 2, Palpatine 3. I would love to see Darth Maul and Dooku. Oh man, yeah, this is hard. My personal favorite is Darth Maul, so I'm just gonna do Darth Maul 4, Dooku 5, Yoda 6, and Yoda's real low on my list just because he's so small. And yeah, he, jumps around a lot and but so far he ain't done nothing with it, so we are not impressed. Sorry, Charlie. Okay, now you're speaking my language. All in their primes, I would say Luke, Yoda, Vader. Oh, Suit. Wow, okay. Dooku, Mace, the Senate, Obi-Wan, Shakti, Maul, Plo Koon, and Grievous. I thought Ahsoka's cool. Ahsoka's a good swordsman too. Yo, yo, we could talk about Ahsoka being a good swordsman, definitely. That's cool, man. Welcome back, Pete. Mother Talzin held her own against Mace. True. Yes, she did. I'm glad that they went into the Dathomiri. They always used to freak me out when I was younger. Like Courtship of Princess Leia. I think which is a EU Legends book. Luke went to Dathomir. I guess I'll just do that later. It's not meant to be. Cool, man. No biggie. Autocorrect, man, sucks. Okay, so my top swordsman's in order. Man, Ahsoka. Wow. Ay ay ay. Okay. Okay, Ahsoka low key is definitely like a Jedi Master level by the time of Rebels. To be able to go with Vader one on one for that long and not get taken down, she's significant. Okay, so at the time of like the Clone Wars, I guess my top swordsman goes Anakin, Mace Windu, Darth Sidious, Darth Maul, Darth Tyrannus. We'll give him some respect and use his Sith Lord name. Yoda. That's 6. Honestly, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan is a great swordsman, and people don't give him credit for that. They call him boring and all of this, but Obi-Wan's a top-tier swordsman. Obi-Wan. I personally don't like to include Grievous just because he's a machine, and anytime he's gone up against like a skilled Jedi, he's gotten whooped. But yo, Grievous in the 2003 Clone Wars cartoon, yeah, that dude was a monster. I'm not gonna lie, I think I liked him a little better. But then number 8, I'll put Ahsoka Tano. So that's my top 8. Anakin, Mace Windu, Darth Sidious, Darth Maul, Darth Tyrannus, Yoda, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka Tano. Ooh, Asajj Ventress. You know what? Asajj Ventress, I really like her, and I like that they stayed pretty true to the comics with her character, because I believe that's where she originated from. Because my dad has all the Republic comics that came out in the early 2000s. Man, those are good comics. I gotta go get them out of storage. I really like Asajj Ventress. Yes. I like that she's an embattled character. Originally, she wasn't from Dathomir in the comics. It makes sense that she's from Dathomir. I like that. I like that she's a dark sider, but she's also a person, right? She's not just like hell bent on evil. She really is just looking for somewhere to belong. Hate to sound corny, but she's looking for like a parental guide. She definitely wants a family. And by family, I mean like order. You know, she wanted to be a Sith. The Jedi abandoned her. Well, I guess that's in the comic, but Dooku abandoned her. And then she didn't really fit in with the Dathomiri. Well, the Night Sisters got wiped out, but yeah, I like Asajj Ventress. Good, Pete. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. It's really nice to talk to you guys. Very, very nice. I'm glad. I would be eating some cereal, but we ran out of milk, man. Obi-Wan was handling both Maul and Savage, and Maul not using force. Yeah, dude, I agree. Obi-Wan's a top tier swordsman, and he deserves our respect. How's the sound quality, you guys? Because I just got this microphone the other day. I was using a Rode microphone, and now I switched to the Blue Yeti USB microphone. So please let me know how the quality is. Man, dude, I gotta say, it really is a pleasure. Like, you guys are excited, but it's truly a pleasure for me to be sitting here talking to you guys. Like, this is just, what did Darth Maul say when he was about to fight the Inquisitors? What fun! Yeah, I can't really do Darth Maul's voice. Sam Witwer is awesome, but I do a pretty okay Bane. And I don't think my voice is baritone enough for Vader, but I can get his inflections down and his cadence. You have unlocked the secrets of the temple. How did you accomplish this? Yeah, I can't do his voice per se, but okay, cool. Thanks. I'm glad you guys I'm glad the sound quality's good. Did you know in one of the comic books and graphic novels, Quinlan votes best to Tyrannus? Yeah, dude, those were in those one-shot Republic Dark Horse comics. I have them, actually. They're just in storage. Those were excellent, excellent comics. I kind of miss Dark Horse. Not to say that Marvel isn't great, but I don't know, man. Dark Horse is just classic. I don't do well with change. Sound quality slightly above average. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, this is a mic I got on sale. And then also I'm not talking like directly into it, so perhaps that's why as well. I wanted to make a short series. The show, 2 clone troopers are trying to save the show. The idea is based on the Code Gmod series. I gotta go. All right, Melbourne. We'll see you later, man. Have a good one. Thanks for joining, and hope you subscribed and you'll stick around. A Force Unleashed 3. Dude, you know what I wish they made? I wish they made a Republic Commando 2. I'm still waiting on that, dog. Only reason he won was plot armor. Yeah, that is the only reason he won. You know, it's weird. Like, I like Quinlan Vos, but I don't like Quinlan Vos. He's just a strange Jedi. Like, I feel like he's barely a Jedi. I like the fact that he's a dynamic character that, like, kind of toes the line with the dark. He has some cold-blooded comics, but I don't know. Something about him was always weird to me. Speaking of games, so this occurred to me the other day, maybe like a week ago. So some of the best Star Wars games were like the Revenge of the Sith game. Okay. So I'll just get straight into that. So the Revenge of the Sith game had the best lightsaber combat in a game that we've had, right? That's pretty much universally agreed upon if you play the game. So hold on to that thought. I don't know if you guys like Dragon Ball Z, but if you're like me, grew up in America, anime fan, everybody's played Budokai, right? We've played Street Fighter, all of this. Why haven't we gotten a Star Wars fighting game? And I don't mean just any fighting game. I mean a lightsaber dueling game in the mold of Episode 3. We could have all our favorite characters, and it could be, you know, Injustice style or whatever, side scrolling. All our favorite characters, lightsaber duels. That would be, dude, that would be cold. Wouldn't that be sick? Which show do you like more, Clone Wars 2003 or Clone Wars 2008? Hmm. Clone Wars 2003 holds a special place in my heart because there was not, and this is one thing that I like about um, Lucasfilm in our era since Disney took over. I hate speaking about Disney, but since Disney took over, is that it's more continuity, and I was talking about that earlier. But excuse me, in 2003, there was no Star Wars outside of the movies. I mean, we had the EU, but what I'm saying is it's not like there were shows. It's not like we're in a golden age of Star Wars. Star Wars is everywhere. We're getting comic shows, blah blah blah, and they're all connected. So to have a cartoon series about Star Wars, that was sick. And I remember me and my brother just being addicted to it. Remember Dirge? Oh, dude, the bounty hunter who was basically invincible. He was so cold in the comics, man. He was so sick. He was I can't remember what his race was, but they like a Jedi or something like that, and they lived up to 4,000 years, and they had an advanced nervous system, so they could heal from virtually any injury, even being blown up. Matthew, you're hilarious. The Senate and the little green friend. Dude, man. Yeah, they need to do a Star Wars lightsaber dueling game. They need to, dude, they seriously need to do that. Star Wars, they just need to diversify on their games. Battlefront is cool and everything, but dude, I mean, yeah. I mean, they need another Star Wars role playing game, like, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, Bounty Hunter, Republic Commando. Yeah. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Imagine if Quinlan trained Anakin. Dude, they would kill each other. Oh, what, Peter, to answer your question, I think that the Clone Wars 2008 is my favorite. It just has so many iconic moments. The Mortis arc, General Krell, Ahsoka leaving. Ahsoka leaving. That was cinematic, dude. It was like a movie. First off, dude, Ahsoka was bad, dude. She was bad to the bone. She had a whole battalion chasing her. And mind you, they weren't shooting to kill, but they could not catch her. They could not catch her. That shows you how powerful the Jedi are. Like, if they don't want to be caught, or if they're really trying to do something, like, you aren't going to be able to do anything about it. Not really. Yeah, I remember the footage from the Darth Maul game. It was good. It was very good. Time is it? 9:09. You guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though I love and I'm honored speaking to you, I'm getting kind of tired, and people are blowing my phone up. It's Saturday night, and as you know, Saturdays are for the boys, so I may have to get out of here. What if there was a game where you got to relive all the major lightsaber battles from both the movies and the Clone Wars? Dude, that would be awesome. Yeah, Ahsoka's a dark sider. She would be sick. I mean, she was briefly a dark sider during the Mortis arc, even though that was erased from their memories. Yeah, yeah, man, you get it. Injustice or Mortal Kombat, but Star Wars themed and just straight lightsaber duels. That would be sick, man. They have the technology. It could be cool, or could you guys see like a fully 3D one? like Dragon Ball, Xenoverse, or maybe that wouldn't work as well. Maybe it should be side scrolling. Thanks, Pete. Appreciate it, man. You guys can also catch up with me on Instagram. I'm about to get out of here, but all of my social medias, well, which is only here, Instagram and Facebook, it's the Black Mandalorian. I'm most active on Facebook, or excuse me, I'm most active on Instagram. So you guys follow me on there. I post every day, multiple times a day. Aha, this dude. What's up, BD? Yo, what if the Sand People were Jedi? Actually, that's a very, very good question because in Legends, there actually were two Tusken Raiders that were Jedi. Um, the first one is Asherot Het. Wait, what was his father's name? Was Asherot Het the son or the father? No, Asherot Het was the son, and Sharad Het was the father, right? Yeah, Darth Krayt. But Darth Krayt, his name before he became a Sith was Asherad Het. Well, anyway, it was this Jedi who stepped away from the Order. His name was Sharad Het, and he went to go live on Tatooine, and he became a Tusken Raider. And he married. He basically he became their chief. He stayed in their society, and he trained his son as a Jedi. His son's name was Asherod Het, and eventually he went to go live with the Order on Coruscant. I can't remember who his master was. Well, his father was his master, but then he had somebody else. But man, that's a good question. What if the Sand People were Jedi? Then Anakin would have a better reason for turning. He hates sand after all. True. Yeah, there were two Tusken Raiders who were Jedi. Sharad Het and Asherad Het. Look them up. They were pretty sick too. And one of them becomes Darth Krayt. Darth Krayt is the Sith Lord from Star Wars Legacy, which takes place 100 years after the Battle of Yavin. But obviously that's not canon anymore. His master was Ki-Adi-Mundi. Okay. Some people say Ki-Adi-Mundi. I say Ki-Adi-Mundi. Right. Ki-Adi-Mundi, he was like a top tier Jedi as well. And he hasn't gotten a lot of love, but in the comics he did. He's a Sarian. They have two brains. And he was the only Jedi that was allowed to have a family because his species was on the brink of extinction. So they had to repopulate. So he had a bunch of kids and stuff. When am I planning on having another live stream? Is this something you guys would like to see on like a semi-regular basis? A live stream, I mean? Let me know. Because I can do it. I mean, if you guys enjoyed it, I can do it. I enjoyed it as well. And I'm on winter break from school, so this is a perfect opportunity. I guess I can do it a couple times a week because I put out like 3 videos a week. So I could do 3 videos, 1 live stream a week, maybe. Do it. Okay. Yeah, they do need to do more. Dark Rendezvous was good. Shatterpoint was really good. I would love a new Shatterpoint, which was the Mace Windu novel. His ability they really need to explore because that was how he beat Palpatine, and Mace Windu arguably like the most powerful person in the galaxy with that ability. Yeah, Matt, some really good ideas. Dang, bro, you slide in the chat right when I'm finna dip. My man in Jamaica. This dude, Dan Campbell, that just jumped in the chat. He knows me in real life. That's like my brother, man. Known the man for over 10 years, bro. The Plagueis novel, dude. The Plagueis novel, I'll go on record and say that's probably the most important novel in EU. They need to go ahead and canonize it because they're clearly still working with the source material. Like how in the Vader comic 25, they showed that Palpatine had a hand in creating Anakin. But in the Plagueis novel, it obviously was more so Plagueis and Palpatine working in tandem. And then also, Palpatine said on screen that his master had the power to create life. And Palpatine didn't, evidently. So, I don't know. They just need to go ahead and canonize the Plagueis novel. That's all I got to say. Okay, that's cool, Pete. Shatterpoint is kind of like Grievous programming. What do you mean? That's interesting. I'm not sure I agree, but I'm interested to hear what you have to say. My bad, I went quiet. I'm sending the text. Jeez, man, I'm terrible at texting. It analyzes the enemy's fighting, scouts out weaknesses, and adjusts accordingly. Yeah, true. But the thing that makes Shatterpoint so strong is that it comes with the ability to see the future. Not only do you see what's about to happen, excuse me, but you see all of the possibilities, how they fit together, and the weaknesses, which are the Shatterpoints, which is just crazy. What do I think of Madame Jocasta Nu? I like how they portrayed her in the Vader comic. She was cold. Like, I always just saw her as a librarian beforehand, but in the Vader comic, I mean, she was bad. She was intelligent. She knew that he was Anakin Skywalker, which honestly wasn't hard to figure out. So that was cool. Joel, thanks, man. I appreciate the compliment. Not afraid to share your opinion, but still embrace other people's opinions. Yes, sir, man. I mean, there's no, there's no reason to argue. Even though, I mean, Dan could tell you, I definitely like to debate, and I can get pretty hot about it. But at the end of the day, we're talking about something that's make believe, and we're just having fun. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to agree. It's cool. Like, it's cool. You don't have to agree with me. I don't have to agree with you. We're just entertaining each other's thoughts. The mark of an intelligent person is somebody who can entertain himself, entertain a conversation, and entertain a new idea. Remember that. The calmness of a Jedi Grandmaster. Man, thank you. Incredible compliments, you guys. Hopefully I can live up. I'm definitely interested to see. I definitely got some projects coming up for the channel, and this is going to be a big year for Star Wars. Clone Wars Season 7 is coming out. The Mandalorian's coming out, and Episode 9 is coming out. So it'll be interesting to see where the channel goes. And it's cool because I'm getting to know you guys, and you guys are getting ready. You guys are getting to know me really early. So Dude, imagine if I had like a couple thousand subscribers. Like, it's gonna be like we're all pals and stuff. I don't know any YouTubers that interact with their subscribers on that level. I would like to do that. Yeah, I agree. It's fictional, sure, but definitely has real world ramifications. I actually wrote this article a year ago when The Last Jedi came out. It was about Luke's progression in The Last Jedi, and I was using a lot of examples about Nazi Germany. I watched this documentary about Heinrich Himmler and a lot of the top Nazi officers, but it was a documentary about their families and how all of their families are all like really charitable. They give to charity. They're all like philanthropists, which makes sense. You know, if your parents were like, excuse me, my throat is dry. No homo. If your parents were like Nazis in the Nazi regime and you grew up, you most likely would be the exact opposite of them, which would be humanitarian philanthropists, right? So it makes sense that Luke had a lot of personal issues with his father being Vader. It's not like his father all of a sudden became good. His father died a bad man. He just made a good call. So, anyway, I don't know. I wrote an article about that. So I agree with you that Star Wars is make believe, but it definitely has some ripple effects in the real world. Do you think Star Wars would be better under Warner Brothers or Universal or no? No, because so how do I extrapolate that point? So Disney, yeah, no, I definitely will not forget you guys, man. Certainly not. So the thing I like about Disney is continuity. Like they're huge and they're bordering on a monopoly, which the mouse is kind of evil. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but look at what they're doing with Marvel. And to me, I love Marvel, but Marvel can't hold a candle to Star Wars. But they're giving Marvel continuity. So, but that takes time. They started with Iron Man, and they don't have nearly as many moving parts as Star Wars does. Star Wars has the comics, which tie into the TV shows, which tie into the movies, which tie into the video games. There's been nothing like that, and they just started in 2014. So give them a few more years until we have some more source material, and it'll be good. I mean, dude, look at what's happening. We've had since 2014. We've had Episode 7, Rogue One, Solo, Episode 8, Rebels, Resistance. Whether you like it or not, I mean, we got it. We're about to get 2 new Star Wars theme parks, a new live action show which we've never had, The Mandalorian, Clone Wars Season 7 coming back, and Episode 9. That's 10 things. So I don't trust any other production company like Warner Brothers or Studio or or Universal to really handle that with any competence. So I'm glad that Disney took the reins. But Disney doesn't make Star Wars. Disney just foots the bill. Lucasfilm makes Star Wars. We have to remember that, and we truly have to preach that, because Star Wars is starting to become demonized just by association with the mouse, and they really only foot the bill. The same people that worked at Lucasfilm before still work at Lucasfilm. I want them to finish off the Clone Wars in a good way, not necessarily ending it with Order 66, but in a way that is satisfying. I agree. And you know what? Don't be surprised if it ends with the Battle of Coruscant, because that's what they did in Clone Wars 2003. So don't be surprised. No racial, but they talk about 6 million Jews being killed often, but rarely mention Gypsies, Slavs, Blacks, Asians, and other groups. Yeah, no, I agree. And it's not like it's racial. We have to be able to speak intimately about race. It shouldn't be a taboo to say, oh, he's black or he's Jewish. Like, that's what you are. It's not. It's offensive if you feel like it is a taboo. Anyway, I can go on and on and on about that, but yeah, there were many other people affected by the Holocaust because it was religious persecution, ethnic persecution as well. So Jews, Gypsies, Slavs, blacks, like you said, Asians, Jehovah's Witnesses were really, really huge. So yeah, man, crazy, crazy, crazy. But you guys, it really was a pleasure. It really was an honor. Thank you guys so much. Um, yeah, I think I can work out one stream a week to start. We'll start with that because I'm already doing like 3 videos a week, and then we'll do one stream a week. I'm not sure when. Maybe Saturday is a good day, like a chill Saturday night. So we shall see what we shall see. But make sure you guys hit the notification bell so that you guys can be the first ones to interact with me when I drop stuff. And, you guys can let me know what you want to see. But I liked the stream. It was fun. It was really chill. So yeah, other than that, man, may the force be with you. I'm out. It was a good time. It was fun. You guys be safe, stay dangerous out there. And yeah, follow me on Instagram. Unfortunately, the t-shirt giveaway is over. Congrats to Pete, PML, Star Wars and more. And let's work on really building some camaraderie in the Star Wars YouTube community. I don't know too many YouTubers that really look out for each other or look out for their subscribers besides, Star Wars Theory. But I would like to do that. I'm a real person. I'm a fan, no different from you guys. I'm just building a platform. So keep that in mind for next time. But may the force be with you and have a good night.